游客可能会问：世界这么大，旅游目的地这么多，为什么要选择来柬埔寨旅游呢？我想，理由至少有3个。无论什么时刻，无论身处何方，你的身边有我们，你的背后是祖国。
The South Korean ambassador to Cambodia resigned in disgrace for failing to protect Korean citizens, while Chinese ambassador Wang Wenbin was still cheerfully encouraging Chinese nationals to travel to and invest in Cambodia. According to a South Korean parliamentary report, in 2024 there were 220 cases of Koreans being kidnapped or illegally detained in Cambodia, and an estimated thousands of South Koreans were involved in scam compounds. International organizations estimate that among the hundreds of thousands of trafficked and enslaved workers in these compounds, most are Chinese nationals. On October 22, 2025, South Korea's National Assembly audited its embassy in Cambodia, accusing it of failing to act quickly in response to cases of kidnapping and torture. President Jae-myung vowed to crack down on telecom fraud, and the South Korean government issued a travel warning for Cambodia. Meanwhile, after the U.S. Department of Justice announced sanctions against Chen Zhi and the Prince Group, China's foreign ministry responded only vaguely, without ever mentioning Prince Group or Chen Zhi. According to Radio Free Asia, Chinese police had already collected solid evidence of Prince Group's gambling and fraud operations as early as 2020. Courts in multiple provinces convicted its personnel. One court in Sichuan even called it a notorious transnational online gambling syndicate. Yet, until the US indicted Chen Zhi, China never publicly sought his arrest. Why would a nation that has suffered so deeply from telecom fraud remain silent when the world unites to fight it? Worse, why quietly shield the masterminds behind it? To the Chinese Communist Party, the Prince Group was not just a business network abroad, it was a white-glove proxy serving a red regime. The CCP itself was a red umbrella over the fraud empire. On October 14, 2025, the U.S. Department of Justice formally charged Chen Zhi, a man from Fujian province accused of running Southeast Asia's largest forced labor scam network. The DOJ described the Prince Group bluntly. It is not a company, but a transnational criminal organization disguised as a corporation. Across Cambodia, it builds dozens of scam compounds, guarded by barbed wire, watchtowers, and armed police, essentially concentration camps. Inside, thousands of trafficked youths were forced to scam victims worldwide, mainly through crypto and gambling platforms. Those who resisted were beaten, electrocuted, or locked in isolation cells. Sometimes, Chen's underlings even filmed the torture and sent it to him. His instruction was chilling: hit them hard, but don't kill them. That same day, the US Treasury froze Chen Zhi's and Prince Group's assets in the US, confiscating 127,271 bitcoins, worth roughly $15 billion. The group was listed as a transnational criminal organization, TCO. The UK, South Korea, Singapore, and Taiwan quickly followed, freezing assets, blocking bank accounts, and banning entry. It was the largest international crackdown on scam syndicates in Southeast Asia's history. Yet, China's response was strangely muted. The Foreign Ministry's spokesperson merely repeated the line: China opposes all forms of telecom fraud and is willing to cooperate with the international community. Meanwhile, when the FBI released Chen Zhi's wanted photo, Chinese social media was flooded with investment guides for Phnom Penh real estate, and Ambassador Wang, still smiling for cameras, as thousands of his own countrymen languished in scam hellholes. That smile, so smug, so ironic, was an insult. To the fraudsters, Chinese people are walking ATMs. To their own diplomats, they are political bargaining chips. When it comes to citizen safety abroad, you are on your own. From day one, the Prince Group was entwined with China. Chen Zhi, born in 1987 in Fujian, once ran an internet cafe and dabbled in the grey market. In 2009, amid China's southward capital wave, he moved to Cambodia, buying citizenship with a $250,000 donation. By 2015, at just 28, he founded the Prince Group, spanning real estate, finance, casinos, telecoms, education, and charity. Within a few years, it became Cambodia's largest private conglomerate. Its rise was inseparable from China. From design to construction, nearly every project was handled by Chinese state-owned firms. Suppliers came from Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and Wenzhou. They turned the once peaceful Sihanoukville into a new Macau, casinos, nightclubs, and scam dens everywhere. When Cambodia banned online gambling in 2019, the Prince Group simply rebranded into tech parks. But behind the fancy name were the same scam factories, using Chinese-built software, servers, and voice systems. Huawei signed a strategic partnership with Prince Group to jointly build Prince Cloud, digitally supporting all of Chen's businesses. Prince Bank, a subsidiary, worked with ICBC Phnom Penh branch to launder money and evade financial scrutiny. Chen Zhi also used the Hong Kong Stock Exchange to acquire and control at least 3 listed companies. These so-called high-tech champions and state banks are not innocent partners. They are all profiting from blood money. Prince Group often registered itself as non-Chinese abroad, avoiding investment restrictions. In 2022, Chen Zhi spent $2.8 billion to acquire 25% of Cuba's state cigar company, widely believed to be part of China's Belt and Road shadow deals. In Palau, the group leased the islands to build a luxury resort, masking Chinese political influence in a country that still recognizes Taiwan. Local authorities suspect the investment served as a proxy channel for Beijing. Though there's no direct evidence Chen acted on China's orders, analysts note that Beijing has a long history of using criminal syndicates as unofficial tools, so long as they pledge patriotism. Why would Beijing protect an international crime syndicate like this? It's not an accident, it's a tradition. Since its founding, the CCP has always used gangs to serve the party. In the early revolutionary days, communist operatives in Shanghai and Hong Kong worked closely with the triads and tones, who controlled ports, transport, and money flows. The party needed their underground channels. The gangs needed political shelter. It was a devil's bargain of power and black money. After the reform era, that alliance evolved into red capitalism. The party no longer acted directly. It let private businessmen do the dirty work. Hong Kong's powerful families, the Hos, the Humes, the Yips, many began as underworld figures. With the party's rise, they were legitimized as red tycoons. Chen Zhi is their modern incarnation, a white-glove agent in Cambodia's elite Chinese business circles. Between China and Cambodia, he is both businessman and proxy, donating schools, bridges, vaccines, becoming the model of Chinese private enterprise abroad. But behind the PR gloss lies a trail of fraud, torture, rape, and organ harvesting. He was even awarded the title of Outstanding Tycoon by Cambodia's royal family, praised by the Chinese ambassador as a symbol of China-Cambodia friendship. Officials shook hands with him in Beijing. Scholars and celebrities lined up to flatter him, all for profit, turning a blind eye to his crimes and the blood beneath the gold. The CCP favors such gangster allies because it cares not about law or humanity, only loyalty and usefulness. Chen Zhi knew how to flatter both Beijing and Phnom Penh, and both regimes shielded him. When the world united to crush the syndicate, Beijing chose silence, the silence of guilt. The Prince Group's glittering empire was built on blood and tears. Behind the tech park walls in Phnom Penh and Sihanoukville, countless victims were imprisoned. They came believing they'd landed high-paying jobs, only to have their passports confiscated, phones slashed, and be forced into endless pig butchering scams. Those who resisted were beaten, electrocuted, or crippled. Those who tried to escape were publicly tortured. Women suffered even worse. They were forced to act as romantic bait or sent to VIP rooms as sex slaves, scamming by day, serving clients by night, sometimes over 10 a day. The unattractive ones were killed for their organs and dumped in the wild. In Cambodia's lawless darkness, a human body became a commodity, dissected into 16 parts for sale on the black market, from skin to bones, heart to kidney, cornea to blood, priced from tens of thousands to millions. The US indictment described the camps as digital slavery compounds. Chen's biggest mistake was targeting American citizens. In 2024 alone, Cambodian scam syndicates stole $4.57 billion from Americans. The US struck back decisively. Its case against the Prince Group shook the world. Cambodia protested, claiming the group was legitimate business. The US responded with detailed evidence. Every line of horror laid bare. The Prince Group has fallen. Some say Chen Zhi fled. Others say his own allies silenced him. For ordinary citizens, you are not famous, not privileged, and your government won't save you. So how can you protect yourself from telecom fraud? First, stay away from danger zones. Don't go to lawless countries. The ones who hurt you may not be Cambodian or even Chinese, but those in power, the hypocritical elites and diplomats who feed on human misery. Second, your personal data is already sold. Never answer random calls, no matter who they claim to be. Police, community office, court, come up. Third, never add strangers on social media. No online romance, no investments. Follow these rules, and you might just stay alive.